All right, what's up guys? So 2 days ago, I was tuning my car and I hit about 5,500 RPM and my idler pulley just completely ripped off of my car. So I went to go look in it today because it took 2 days for the pulley screws to come in. I got the screw and I got the pulley. I went to go put the pulley on and the whole freaking, the pulleys, like the bearings slide onto like a spacer that's casted into the timing cover, and that whole thing was just completely ripped out. So I was like, oh my god. Got coolant. I got this because you need it for the leaking points on the timing cover. There's like 4 of them. I'll show it to you soon. And then I got the gasket seal thing for the crankshaft front seal. Yeah, that's what it's called. Okay, update. Taking the valve covers off right now, or at least getting them to the point where they can lift up. Got most of the pulleys off. I need to get the crankshaft pulley remover. Need to drop the power steering. Why is this not focusing? I also got to get the water pump off, so it's going to pour everywhere. That's great. And my green catch thingy will not fit under my car. And I'm not going to jack it up. So this valve cover's off. This valve cover's off. It's not, I'm not going to take them off because I think if I just have 2 people to lift them up, I can pull the cover off. Gonna have to do something about this, obviously. I did get the pans though to hold at least some of this. I'm gonna use these gaskets because they're brand new, like literally brand new. So I'm just not gonna worry about that until a problem presents itself later. So, knock on wood.
Oh my lordy lord.
Yeah. Oh, is there another bolt? No, there's not. I'm just a pussy.
Oh my lordy lord. That is a lot of coolant.
Okay, that's off. Just peachy. Okay, the timing cover bolts are, I broke them loose. I didn't fully undo them because I still want there to be some leverage when I pull off the pulley. I don't know if that's how it works, but I'm not gonna find out. Oh yeah, update. It did not hold the coolant. Okay, time to deal with these hoses. You guys do not understand the pain that these have caused me. Okay, tiny update. I got that timing cover off. This one's really ugly, but whatever. I got the seal in, all these little sensors, and I'm waiting on the timing cover gasket because I ripped this one. I also got to use this sealer on a lot of stuff. But yeah, I got to hit here, here, somewhere up top. Yeah, right here. On both sides, down below. Gotta get the crank thing. Down here on these points. I had to pull off my power steering pulley. That took forever because they gave me the wrong one, first of all. So I had to go get another one this morning because they were closed last night. Yes, that was a big roadblock. I don't really know where I left off, but I did all the pulleys. They're all torqued down except for the water pump right now. Everything's plugged in. So all I have left is to put the fan in, mount the power steering back on. To get to these pulleys, I did undo that screw right there. So I'll put that back on, and I got the coolant hoses, and that's it actually. Oh, just to clarify, I'm only like 6 hours and 10 minutes into this, which honestly I feel like it's pretty good time. You know, I had no idea how to work on a car until like 2 months ago, so I feel like that's not bad. Dude, I don't know if you can hear that, but there's like a fox, like hardcore, just moaning in the woods. Okay, actually, I guess last step is to put this thing on, and I broke all of the clips. What was that? Oh, that's where that went. Yeah, I just dumped an entire gallon of coolant in there. Okay, so tune is downloading. I think it just did. I don't know what's more nerve-wracking, starting your car after just taking it apart and putting it back together, or waiting for the pregnancy test results. Let me know. I think it might be the car. And it started instantly, which means this tune is probably really good. Because the last tune, Lido thought I had the charge motion control valve in. Looking good. Safe to say it's running pretty well. What time is it? Oh, 9. And it still dies off a little bit. That's fine. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to do here is data log this for them. You can go in, I'll turn this off. Don't need it anymore. Try to data log the cold start for them. Let me go to here. And you can see, like it shows your cam angle. This is why you need to do data logs, because when you're just going on the tuner thing, it won't show you the cam angle. There's a couple other things it won't show, but. Okay, so quick update, real quick. I bought a NTK 22060 O2 sensor. When I was doing my data logs, I did notice this, but I don't know, I don't really know how to read the graphs, so I just let him tell me what it was instead of guess. But that was my guess, that the O2 sensor, something was screwed up with that. Also, like, I'm not even moving. So yeah, when the car wouldn't start up in the mornings, I think it might be because the O2 sensor is reading 7 volts. If you don't know, the O2 sensor is supposed to read anywhere from like 0.1 to 1 volt. So yeah, 7 is not good. I'm gonna hopefully replace this and pray it works, because if it doesn't, then I have to figure out a short in the wiring or a bad ground or something else. All right, so here's an update from this afternoon. I put the left side O2 sensor in, didn't really do much, and then the voltage, I saw the voltage spike up to like 6 on this side now. So then I swapped that one as well. Burnt the hell out of my finger, you can't really see it, but I touched the headers when they were hot, that sucked. But yeah, anyways, that didn't really fix the problem. The voltage is still up. I mean, it's lower. It's around like 2.4 or something. But it's a 1 volt system. It should not be above 1 volt. I'm also gonna like reiterate my issues. So when I clutch in and throw it in neutral, or after a rev, the RPMs will drop down to like 450, 500, something like that, and then kind of like kick back up. Another thing is it doesn't cold start on idle very well. I guess the O2 sensor is something screwing up and it just dies. And usually it'll straight crank, but today I was able to touch the throttle a little bit and it kicked back on. Idled horribly for like 5 seconds and then adjusted itself. The second thing is when it gets really bad, I have a dead pedal, and like right now there's a delay from when I press my foot down to the power actually kicking in. The RPMs stay the same, the RPMs rise, but the power doesn't kick in until much later. Well, not much later, but like half a second later, which is weird. I don't like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The idling is odd. It seems like it's jumping timing, like back and forth on different cycles, and then you can see on the well, you can't see it on this, but you can see on the data logs that I do, when it's idling super rough, that is when the O2 sensor voltage is reading over the 1 volt. When it idles smooth, it's under 1 volt consistently. So yeah, hopefully I can figure that out pretty easily. Alright, I don't know where I left off, but I'm going to Kurgan right now. I'm going to try to find this wiring thing. Or one of them. I don't know. I'm ready to be done with chasing the little problems and start actually tuning this thing. I mean, it's not terrible right now. It drives. I drive 80 miles to work there and back every day pretty much, and it doesn't. It's just the cold start's bad, and sometimes when you turn the AC off, the car runs perfect, and the power steering pump makes noise until you turn the AC off. And obviously the idle is weird, like the fuel trims are weird. So yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out though. But anyways, that'll be the end of this video. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take a video of this.